Hello and welcome to my tutorial today on 2D trusses. So this will be my first SAP 2000 tutorial on this channel. Essentially, I've taken this problem from Hibber's textbook. So I've already resolved it through the method of joints. You can pause the video to see the steps. So for the sign convention for this tutorial, I will put a negative sign for an axial force that's compressive and a positive sign for an axial force that is tensile in nature. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have SAP 2000 opened up right now. So let's click on File over here and click on New Model. And you can just quickly click on the 2D trusses option over here. And you can just leave things as default for now. And let's look at the example here. So you have 1, 2, 3 divisions over here. And the height is 3 meters, so that's correct. The division length is 4 meters, so let's make it 4, like so. And let's click on OK. So you'll be greeted with this 2D truss over here, and you'll have the XZ plane and the 3D view. So we can close the 3D view over here. So let's quickly click on the Define button over here. And in this drop-down, click on the Coordinate Systems / Grids. And click on Modify or Show. So we'll just adjust this manually. So let's delete most of these over here. And let's start at 0 for the X axis. And move on to 4 meters, 8 meters, and then 12. So change this to 4. And just click on Add over here. And SAP 2000 will automatically see the pattern of increasing by 4 meters. So that's how you do it. And for the z-axis, it's already set correctly. The y-ordinate is set to 0, so that's correct. So click on OK and OK once more. And let's just delete this truss and let's model it in ourselves. So click on the Draw Frame / Cable option over here. It doesn't really matter what section you're using. We are using SAP 2000 to calculate the axial load itself. So let's start with drawing in the diagonals. So it sloped like this over here. And draw the bottom chord. Draw the verticals. And draw the top chord like so. To exit from this drawing tool, just right click anywhere and it'll be done. So that's pretty much the basics of drawing in the 2D truss itself. If you're having trouble, for example, let's say I'll delete this top chord over here. If you don't see this grid point show up over here, it means that you haven't selected this option here in the left corner over here, top left, points and grid intersections. So that is very important over here. You can explore the remaining options on your own, but essentially the most important one out of all over here is this points and grids intersections, because that will allow us to model the truss. So let's quickly assign the roller support and the pin support. So the pin support is at an angle of 30 degrees. So let's click on Assign, Joint, Restraint. So let's choose the roller support over here and select this point. So let me hit Escape to get out of the section drawing tool. So let's click on the roller support again and click on this node over here and click on Apply. And you will see this roller support symbol show up. And let's click on the pin support and add it over here. It doesn't matter if it is not angled yet, we will angle that soon. So let's select this node and assign a local axis rotation. So let's rotate about the Z axis. So let's try an angle of 30 degrees over here. Okay, so that's not how we want it to be. So just press on Control Z. So let's go back and try the Y axis instead. So 30 degrees. Okay, it's rotating in the right direction. It's just that it's in the opposite side. So let's key in 0 first over here. And then key in minus 30. And that's pretty much it. So let's proceed to the Analyze tab. And you can click on Create Analysis Model over here before clicking on Run Analysis. So you'll have this set load cases to run over here. You can choose not to run the modal case. One thing I forgot to mention is that we have to click on Define Load Patterns over here, and we need to ignore the self-weight over here by keying in a 0 into the self-weight multiplier. We will not take into consideration the self-weight of the structural elements. That's typical in most textbook cases. So let's key in 0 over here and modify the load pattern and click on OK. To get the Run Analysis tab quickly, just press on F5 and you can click Run Now over here. So it'll ask you to save it. So I'll just save it as a 2D truss. So now that I've already saved it and the analysis is done, it might have this error over here, so you can just ignore it over here. And let's check on the frame, cables, and tendons results over here. Click on axial force. And you can choose fill diagram contours over here or show values. There's no axial load because we don't have any loads applied yet. So that's my blunder right there. So let's get rid of the result and let's assign a joint load over here. You can put it in the dead load pattern. That's fine. So in the example, we have 9 kilonewtons, 18 and 18. So let's apply the loads. So it is a z-axis load. So key in -9 and apply. So just remember, if you want the load to be directed downwards, key in a negative sign. So press on F5 once again and click on Run Now. And let's view the results once the analysis is done. Okay, so I have the results side by side over here. So we can see in the hand calculations over here. Let's check on FCD and FED. So FCD over here, or DC, is 5.7 kilonewtons, which is positive, which is in tension. And FDE is negative 7.19. So we're pretty close to these figures over here. The sign convention is correct. So you have positive for FDC, negative for FDE. And over here for FEF, it's negative as well. FEF is negative, then FCF is positive. FCB is FCB. Let's see, it's negative as well. FB is negative as well, so that's correct. And FA is a positive load as well. And the final one over here, FBA, is positive. So you might be wondering, how do we get these figures to exactly replicate the hand calculations? So to answer that, let's head back and delete these results over here. So to fix this issue, let's head to the assign drop down over here and frame and choose the releases partial fixity option here. So we don't want any moment resistance in the truss since we are modeling a 2D truss, so everything is pinned. So the assumption is that everything is just axial in nature. So click on apply, okay, hit F5 again, and click on run now. And you will see the exact same figures that we have calculated by hand. Minus 7.5 for FDE over here, or FED, positive for FCD, negative for FEC over here, negative for FEF over here, negative 6 kilonewtons, positive 22.5 kilonewtons for FCF, and so on and so forth. So essentially, we've already successfully replicated the hand calculations in SAP 2000. So that's it for today's SAP 2000 tutorial. If you found it useful, like this tutorial, share this tutorial, and subscribe for more SAP 2000 tutorials like this. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.